When excuses hit the courtroom, Judge Vonda B hits back harder. In these 6 explosive child support cases, watch parents walk in confident and leave facing the truth, the law, and payments they never saw coming.
Mr. Johnson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Just bringing her to court today to try to increase my child support. We have 3 kids together.
2.
Well,
You have a kid, and we have 2.
I forgot she never claimed my other one, so we have 2 kids together. She's a realtor. Quite a bit of money.
Ma'am, could you please let him finish before you keep interrupting him? I promise you,
whole relationship
I promise you,
I'm gonna let her finish.
I can promise you I will get to you as soon as I'm done with him, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Just like you could get to whatever
Okay,
you gotta
Your
do.
Honor, I am sorry.
Back to you.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Don't make me upset.
Please don't get upset. Let's focus on the facts and the children.
All right, I'm bringing her to court today to try to increase my child support. We have 2 kids together, as I stated.
All right, guys, buckle up, because this case starts with something you don't hear every day. A father walks into court asking for more child support from the mother of his children, and not because of revenge, but because he says the kids are falling behind while she lives in luxury. He's a teacher making $50,000 a year, while she's a realtor claiming 6 figures. But beneath the money fight is something deeper: resentment, old wounds, and 2 parents who clearly still know how to trigger each other. The judge is about to walk into a courtroom full of ego, sarcasm, and real financial stakes. And trust me, it gets heated fast.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Any assistance I can get is greatly appreciated.
Okay, now you say you want to increase child support.
Yeah.
How much money are you getting right now from her?
$450, and I feel like I
$450?
don't even know how she finessed the system like that to, yes, y'all may need to look into that too.
You so mad that you
The
broke.
Ooh,
yeah.
ma'am, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
didn't tell him to be a little teacher. That was on him.
Listen.
I'm a
I done
hustler.
tell you to
Listen.
sell the little houses you sell either.
Little houses?
Little houses.
But you taking me to child support court. Oh, okay.
'Cause I need your little, I'm not ashamed to say I need your little money.
Okay, go ahead.
It is what it is.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I got choked up.
I'm sorry I even got
you need my
in a
little
relationship
money.
with you, honestly.
No, I've been told you couldn't handle me. You couldn't handle somebody like me. But you kept at it.
I won't want
You knew
to.
who I was.
I didn't get my
You
first
knew
gray hair
who
until I met
was.
you, though.
You knew who I was. You're a whole teacher
wanna
and you're
forget who
asking
you
for tutoring
was.
for our children?
Yes, that's what they need, don't they? So they can provide their kids with all of this luxury.
Did y'all want me to
Look
step out?
Look how fly she is. I had to go to Ross before I came here and buy this little old get up. Look at her.
Did y'all need me to leave while you all finish this?
You gotta leave, because I need some help. I know if you leave, you might not come back. It's a long
You're
day.
absolutely right.
But
I'ma
he's
let you
been throwing
finish.
daggers since he got in here. I ain't
let
say
you-
nothing to you. You so mad. It's okay.
I'm gonna hit the mannequin challenge on her right now. Just be quiet.
All right.
Okay. Is there any?
Right here, the case instantly goes off track. Instead of discussing child support, both sides begin trading personal insults and relationship shots. This is common in family court. Legal problems often become emotional battles. The judge can already see that the real issue isn't just money. It's unresolved bitterness between 2 people who no longer trust each other. She keeps trying to redirect them back to facts, but neither wants to let go of the past. So ask yourself, who came here for the children and who came here to win?
Anything further before I move over to her?
Nope.
Okay. Now, ma'am,
Yes.
first off, don't call him a little teacher. That's not nice. Don't do that. That is not nice. He is a teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't be sorry.
sorry.
Just don't do it.
Okay.
All right.
I won't do it. All
Now, what is it you want me to know?
Your Honor, look, I am just trying to make a living. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, we all have different paths. He chose to be a teacher. I chose to be a real estate agent. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And I just be getting slack from him because I'm in real estate, you know?
Do y'all
Like,
not get along?
No. All this that
She said that she was going to give each one of our turns to talk, right?
You
already
interrupted
said-
You
said
did
the whole
interrupt him a
time.
couple of times, though.
Okay.
I'm
So
just saying, all
he
I'm
was
saying
due to
is
give you one.
Okay.
Your ex that y'all used to
Okay.
flip houses, he let you keep them, and that's how your business started. So if you go keep it 100, keep it all the way 100.
Okay.
Okay.
But what did I do? I used what I had, right?
Not for
to
tutoring.
level up.
Not for
to level
tutoring.
up.
Not
to
for
level
tutoring.
up. To level
Not
up.
for tutoring.
Okay, so you're mad.
I am mad.
Your Honor,
My
the
kids can't
reaction-
spell.
Sir.
My son in the 7th grade counting on his fingers. That's embarrassing.
But they live with you. You go to work from 9 to 5.
Well, how about
My
you
schedule
help?
is flexible.
You can
So
help.
on that extra time,
Mr.
what
Johnson.
should you be doing?
Mr. Johnson.
This moment mattered more than people realize. The judge immediately checks the mother for calling him a little teacher. That may sound minor, but disrespecting the parent carrying responsibility can hurt your image in court. Then the father reveals something serious. Their son is struggling badly in school and still counting on his fingers. Suddenly, this case stops being about handbags, houses, and attitude. Now it becomes about whether both parents are truly investing in their children's future.
It's what's going to make you money, right?
Ma'am, are you selling lemon homes?
No, ma'am, I'm
Lemon.
not. No, ma'am, I'm not.
They
I am
ain't-
a flipper. Flipper.
Okay.
Flipper.
What is a flipper exactly?
So basically what you do is you purchase a home and you fix it up and you sell it.
Okay. That sounds like a nice little income.
Correct.
Right? How much are you making?
I'm making $150,000 a
Okay.
year.
All right.
First of all, the inspector, everybody for these houses, our family members. So they say it looks good.
Oh
People move
my
in.
goodness, really? But what
My
do you
bad.
and the kids stay in? You stay in one of my flipped houses, right? Right.
Y'all stay in the flipper?
Right?
We stay in the flip.
Thank you.
Oh,
So
okay.
what's the problem?
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that's not a
I can't
legitimate.
afford
you-
that, so I gotta stay in the
Right,
flip.
right.
That's not a legitimate
I gotta stay.
argument
So
then, sir. If
mad.
you're
You
if
so
you and the
mad.
children are staying in the home, you can't try to. If you and the children are living in one of these, as you call it, houses that are falling apart, that doesn't say much about you, does it?
And when we were together, Your Honor, I asked him if he wanted to get on game. He didn't. So now
I don't
he's
want to do
upset.
the
He should
illegal
have
business that they
taken the
do.
opportunity.
Tell them about the fake PPP loans y'all be doing and all that.
Oh, word.
Yeah, we gonna,
Word. Is
I
this
figure
what we
if I
doing?
can't get child
Is this
support,
what we're doing?
I'm gonna get 100%
Is this
custody.
what we're
Yes, we are.
doing?
What
Oh,
all the
okay,
PPP loans
okay.
you got? She said
Your
food
Honor,
stamps, Your
I didn't
Honor.
get no PPP loan.
Yes, tell
No,
about
I
the
did
food
not.
stamps she's selling on the side though.
Word.
Tell them about that.
Word.
Yeah.
Then you
yeah.
just, do I need to bust out the text
Nah,
message?
I
Because you
know
just
I got
asked-
some,
you just
'cause the kids
asked-
gotta
oh,
eat. The
okay.
kids gotta eat.
Okay.
So I did.
Okay.
Wait a minute, sir. That's the second time you tried to put shame on her for selling food stamps and, you know, what you call rundown homes or lemon homes. And here it is. You were asking.
And here comes the statement that changes everything. She admits making around $150,000 a year. The second that number comes out, the judge now has a real financial foundation to work with. But instead of helping herself, both sides continue taking shots at each other. Then another contradiction appears. The father criticizes the home she flips, yet he and the children are living in one. Judges notice hypocrisy fast, and moments like that can weaken sympathy instantly.
Where it's not going to get any better if you all keep going forward. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and order the child support. Now, what he said is true in terms of the child always being with him.
It ain't funny,
It's nothing.
but it's real.
The minute that I flip one house is nothing. That's chump change.
I'm getting ready to flip over this bench if you all don't pay attention to what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so the children live with you primarily?
Yes.
Okay,
In my flipped house.
$150,000 per year.
Correct.
All right, 2 kids. That brings your gross to $12,500. Now, I hope you weren't anticipating receiving all of that $150,000 for, or her child
Honestly,
support to
she
be
could
based
just pay
on
for
that.
the tutoring for the kids. I don't want my kids to be dumb. I want my kids to live the life that she lived. Traveling and
I
all
want
that.
my children to live the life that I
Go
live.
pay for them to go to tutoring.
No, how about, Your Honor?
Okay,
can-
this is
can-
what
wait,
this is.
Your Honor's talking.
Hold on.
So you quiet,
Excuse
Your
me.
Honor talking.
Excuse me. This is what we're going to do. Your gross is going to be, of that $150,000, it's going to be $12,500. Shh. I don't know what that means,
Like them
but
caps in your mouth.
I'm going to go ahead. Silver caps.
No, he got the white ones. I paid for them silver
Okay.
caps to be removed, and now he got the white ones.
Okay.
Tell Your Honor that.
Well, moving
Tell Your Honor
right
that.
along,
Moving
her
right
net
along.
resources, they come out to $9,200 because she's capped based on her income. That brings her child support obligation to $2,300 per month. Reimbursing you for the health insurance that you carry for the children every month is $255, bringing your monthly child support to $2,550.
Okay.
God don't like
no,
ugly.
excuse
God
me.
don't
Wait a
like
minute.
ugly.
I
That's
don't
what you
get
get.
paid monthly.
Oh,
It's according to how my houses are flipped. So if I go a month without flipping a house, what? Why did you do this?
better
No,
turn some
no,
more
no.
confidence.
Wait a
You
minute.
better
Wait
talk
a
to me.
minute.
Better turn some
Excuse me.
confidence.
I went off what
BGs is
you
high.
said.
better go
You
flip.
said, Your Honor, I make about $150,000. Did you say that?
I did say that.
Right,
Your Honor.
right.
I did,
You did say that. So
The cap,
that's what I
the cap.
based it on.
Shut up.
There.
Now we reach the heart of the case. The judge explains that child support is based on income formulas, not emotions, arguments, or who talks louder. After calculating her earnings and insurance reimbursement, the monthly obligation jumps to $2,500. That is a huge increase from $450, and you can feel the shock immediately. This is the moment many parents forget. Once income is admitted in court, numbers become reality. Do you think the ruling was fair or too heavy for someone with inconsistent commissions?
That's what your child support amount is going to be, $2,550. So I hope you can flip enough houses to make that flip some more for these children. Is there anything further, ma'am?
Yes, can I just ask a question? As far as
Sure.
the tutoring, what if I take my children to tutoring?
What?
You mean like take them in a car?
Yeah, like if I take them to tutoring, can that reduce that? 'Cause
Yeah, I
that's-
don't want her around me.
No, I didn't say you.
To
I
answer
said my children.
the-
You said that your concern
Did you
was
ask
them
me
being-
a question or did you ask him the question?
Okay.
Oh, okay. To answer your question, no impact on that whatsoever. Transporting your children to tutoring is called parenting.
All right.
Is there anything further?
Can I go?
Oh, sure. As soon as I dismiss you. Is there anything further, sir?
I just want to say, Yana,
No.
God has blessed me in ways that I
All
couldn't
right,
imagine.
so now
I
you're going to bring
just,
God in this.
I just appreciate
Ooh,
you
so
for
hypocrite. Ooh,
understanding
you
my
are such a
frustration and my pain.
hypocrite.
And I hope
Well,
you-
I didn't make a
hope you-
ruling based on your frustration and your pain. I made a ruling based on what the law said I can do with what's in the best interest of these
Ooh,
children.
broke little
And if there's
teacher.
nothing further, you both are dismissed.
Me and my little teacher money
Yes,
about
you was
to
a little teacher.
walk out with this 2,000.
The ending delivered the strongest lesson of all. When she asks if driving the children to tutoring should lower child support, the judge responds sharply. That's called parenting. In one line, she separates basic parental duty from financial responsibility. Then she closes by saying the decision was not based on frustration, pain, or personal drama. It was based on the law and the best interests of the children. So what's your verdict? Fair decision or too much? Drop your thoughts below, like this video, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.
Miss Wilson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, I would like an increase in my financial support.
Okay. And your financial support or support for your children?
Support for the children.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, please.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Don't be sorry, just don't do it, okay? Do not address her. I'm talking to her. You will have your opportunity to thank you. Go ahead.
As I was saying, I'm already receiving child support, yes, but
Okay.
I would like an increase for our children.
Okay, how many children do you all have?
2,
And how much are you receiving at this time?
$1,500 a month.
$1,500.
Alright guys, buckle up, because this case starts like a routine child support request, but it quickly turns into something much bigger. A mother comes to court asking for more support for her 2 children, and she claims her ex suddenly came into serious money. But here's the twist. She says she found out through his own secretary. That means before the judge even hears numbers, trust is already broken and secrets are already leaking. What happens when hidden income meets a no-nonsense courtroom? You're about to see it.
Okay. And you believe that you're warranted an increase? Like, did he come into some money that you know about?
As a matter of fact, he did.
Okay, how do you know?
His secretary kind of told me.
His secretary told you?
Yes.
Did she tell you something or did you ask her to look for you?
No, honestly, she just brought it to my attention.
Sounds like you need a new secretary. She's just telling your ex-wife all of your business?
I don't know what she's talking about.
It's his ex-lover.
Ex-lover, okay. We're not gonna get into all of that. That has nothing to do. I don't need you to thank me, sir.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go. What is she talking about?
Well, I have an interest in an oil and gas, 2 oil and gas partnerships.
Okay.
But really, it's been a dud. We hadn't made any money until the last year we made some money.
What's
And
some money?
I don't know how much the partnership made, but I received a $50.
Let me ask this question. When I ask a question, just answer it.
Yes, Your
I don't
Honor.
need all the extra.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money are we talking about?
Well, the partnership itself made about $3 million.
$3 million?
But I
Okay.
received $50,000 distribution.
Now we're getting to you.
This is where the entire energy of the case changes. The mother isn't just guessing. She claims there was a financial windfall, and the father admits he has an oil and gas partnership. Then comes the bombshell. The partnership made $3 million, and he received a $50,000 distribution. Suddenly, this is no longer about everyday support payments. It becomes about whether he benefited financially while the children stayed on the old amount. When money enters the room, excuses usually leave.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Now you stop wasting my time. You received $50,000, correct?
No.
Okay, so tell me what's up with the $50,000?
Well, the partnership paid a debt of mine in the amount of $50,000.
Okay, so your partnership paid a debt of $50,000. What debt was that?
It was to the IRS.
Okay, all right. So you know that we could deem that as income, right? For
No,
purposes
Your
of
Honor.
calculating your child support.
But I didn't even receive, it didn't even touch my bank account.
It doesn't have to touch your bank account. Under Texas law, I could deem that $50,000 as income, although it's not income producing. What else? Where?
Now watch the strategy here. The father tries to argue he didn't really receive the money because it went to pay a debt. That sounds smart on the surface, but legally, it can still count as income or financial benefit, and the judge knows it immediately. She cuts through the wording and focuses on substance over spin. That's a powerful courtroom lesson. Judges often care less about where the money landed, and more about whether your financial position improved. Do you think he underestimated her here?
How do you practice?
Criminal law.
Criminal law. All right. How much money you make there?
Well, it ebbs and flows.
Well, answer the question, Mr. Wilson.
I make about 80. I bring home about 80,000.
All right. Let me look at some documents you turned in here. According to your documents, your tax return last year was $72,000. That's about accurate?
That sounds about right.
Okay, so let me tell you what we're getting ready to do. That $50,000, that was the distribution, right? That's your testimony, right?
That
Your
went to
tax
the
returns
IRS.
are correct, right?
Well,
They
Are your
are.
tax returns correct or they incorrect? Is it as simple
according to
yes
my
or no?
CPA,
According to your CPA. Okay,
I
so
didn't prepare them.
according to that, doing the gross from the $50,000, that brings your gross to $42,000, $4,200, excuse me. The net of that is $3,510.58. And then, according to your tax return, you make $72,000 in your business, right?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So that gross is $6,000, which brings that net to $4,779.38. Who covers health insurance for the children?
I do.
How much is health insurance?
$161.
$161. Let me just make sure. Is that what you're looking at in front of you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm just making sure I have your.
This is where facts take over. The judge reviews tax returns, compares his reported earnings, adds the extra resources, and calculates support step by step. No shouting, no drama, just math. And that's what many people misunderstand about family court. Emotions may fill the room, but paperwork often wins the case. Once income rises, support can rise too. She also confirms health insurance reimbursement, showing the court is focused on total child costs, not just one monthly number.
Okay, so adding your two net resources together, I have $8,289.96. Reimbursement for the health insurance, prior to adding the reimbursement, it comes out to $2,072.50. Reimbursement of $161 gets you to $233.50 because your income did increase from the time that you all got
Your
a
Honor,
divorce.
Can I say something?
Can you ask me the question without wasting my time? Can you do that?
I saw on her Instagram that she goes on a lot of trips. I just think this extra
That-
money just
no.
gonna go to these trips. I really don't think it's gonna go to anything related.
That is not true.
Excuse me.
That is not true.
Excuse me.
You need to stop it.
Excuse me,
I can
both
show
of
you
you
the
need to
Instagram.
stop it. Both.
Right when the ruling is nearly done, the father makes a risky move. Instead of challenging the numbers, he attacks how she spends money and mentions her Instagram trips. But the judge shuts that down instantly. Why? Because child support is about the children and legal calculations, not jealousy, old relationship wounds, or social media frustration. Then both sides start arguing, and the judge reveals the real reason they divorced may be simple. They still cannot stop fighting. Some cases aren't about money, they're about unresolved bitterness.
It's
You need to
Instagram. It's
stop it.
fake.
Excuse me. When I talk, the two of you be quiet. Now I see why y'all got a divorce. Y'all cannot get along.
No, we
But
got
listen to
divorced 'cause he
this.
cheated.
No, let me tell you about
cheated.
this. I don't care if he cheated. I do not care about her Instagram. All I care about is the money that you've made to make sure that you're taken care of, according to the documents that your CPA produced, your income went up, therefore, your children are entitled to an increase. So, final child support amount, $2,233.50. Is there anything further from either of you?
No, ma'am, that'd be great.
Thank you. Anything further, Mr. Wilson?
I guess not, Your Honor.
Well, I guess you all are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you.
So in the end, the judge increased support to $2,233, $50 per month after finding his income had clearly gone up. Hidden opportunities, technical excuses, and personal attacks didn't change the outcome. The court focused on one thing only, what the children were entitled to. Now the real question is, was this a fair ruling, or did the father have a point? Drop your thoughts below, and if you enjoy real courtroom drama with real lessons, like and subscribe for more.
Miss Alma, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, we are currently divorced and he's paying me child support. And lately he's been doing a lot of extra, he's a bartender, and he's been doing a lot of extra parties for professional sports, a lot more money than what he previously admitted to when we first got our divorce. He's making like around an extra $5,000 a month in tips from his bartending gigs. And I just feel like with 3 kids, we need to increase the child support. And he's not agreeing with me on that.
Alright guys, get ready for a case that starts with one simple question, but ends with a brutal financial reality check. A mother walks into court claiming her ex-husband is hiding thousands in extra income while only paying $500 a month for 3 children. At first, it sounds unbelievable. But once the judge starts asking questions, the truth begins to slip out fast. This isn't just about money, it's about responsibility, priorities, and whether excuses can survive under pressure. Stay locked in, because what happens next changes everything.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. What about health insurance for these children?
They're on Medicaid.
Okay, all right. Sir, is there a reason, you're not supporting your children more? And first off, is what she's saying true? What does that mean?
Sort of, yes, I do bartend for some celebrities sometimes.
So the answer is yes, that what she said is true, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And but I mean, they have done good so far. I thought $500 would be good. I mean, they have been doing great. I mean.
You think $500 is enough to raise children, and you're making an additional $5,000 a month?
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I bring them clothes, from time to time. That helps them,
That's
and,
called parenting.
Backpacks.
Parenting.
Laptops.
Parenting.
Yes, Your Honor. And
Right here, the case shifts immediately. Instead of denying the accusation, he confirms he is making extra money bartending private celebrity events. That's huge legally, because child support is often based on actual income, not old numbers from years ago. Then he tries to soften it by saying, the kids are doing great, and mentioning backpacks and clothes. But courts usually focus on consistent financial support, not occasional gifts. Do you think buying items sometimes replaces monthly responsibility?
I mean, honestly, being a bartender, my income is not fixed. So, I'm always saving for a rainy day. That's why I don't want to part with a lot of my money, my savings. I want to keep some of that money for the future and
Your children's future.
Well, yes, yeah, that too.
Right. So that means you shouldn't have a problem paying the additional amount based on your income.
That's
what if I
always a
lose
concern
mine?
for me. Well, true, but I mean,
Yeah, I've got 3 kids.
well, we
works
got
both
3
ways.
kids. I mean, we got them.
Well, it
together,
feels like
right?
I have 3 kids.
Well,
Since you're
I
not
do
really
visit
doing it
them
apart.
from time to time. I was there last month. I took them for the entire weekend, and
Oh, you took them for one weekend. You took your children for one long weekend
yes, ma'am.
parenting.
Yes, I mean,
Right.
my
You're
job.
not-
Now the pressure really builds. He says he's saving for a rainy day and worried about losing his job. On paper, that may sound practical, but the judge immediately flips the logic. If you're saving for the future, why aren't you investing in your children's present? Then comes the weekend parenting comment, and that backfires badly. The judge makes it clear, taking your own kids for a weekend is not extraordinary parenting, it's the bare minimum. That line likely stunned a lot of viewers.
You're going to get a medal for that. That's what you should do as a parent. You should take your children for long weekends. You should buy them backpacks. You should buy them laptops. You should buy their clothes. That's what a parent does. And that's not even a good parent. That's basic parenting. Good parenting goes above and beyond those things that I just said. You haven't said anything about going above and beyond. And based on what she's saying, these children are with her most of the time. Do you think about how her expenses increase with your children always being with her?
Well, that might be true, but you have to consider this. I work almost every day, and
I do too.
I don't get a break, and you know, parenting the kids, that takes a lot of effort, and sometimes I don't feel like I'm up for it. You know, I'm tired, and so I have already taken a lot of time off. You know, for those parties, for the celebrity parties, I have to work extra hours, and so
You haven't said anything that moved me. You just.
This may be the strongest emotional section of the case. The judge lists clothes, backpacks, laptops, visits, then says none of that makes someone a great parent. It's basic parenting. That's a powerful distinction. Many people confuse occasional gestures with full responsibility, but the everyday burden usually falls on the parent handling food, housing, transport, school, and constant care. Then he says he's tired from working. The judge isn't moved at all. Would you have had more sympathy, or was the judge right to stay firm?
Gave a bunch of excuses, quite frankly. You didn't deny anything that she just said. So you are in agreement that you're making about $5,000 a month for these private parties, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. And it is true that these children are on Medicaid, correct?
Yes.
And you only have 3 children?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to modify your child support today, Mr. Alma. It's the right thing to do. You're gonna have to pull from that savings that you're saving for yourself and start saving them monthly. You got it? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to base your child support off of that $5,000 a month, which will put your salary around $60,000. Like I said, gross is $5,000. That brings your net down to $4,101.87. Do you have any other children outside of these 3?
No, ma'am. That's the only children that I have.
Okay, all right. And then I'm going to do 9% of your gross for the reimbursement to Med.
Once he admits the extra $5,000 monthly income, the legal path becomes straightforward. The judge recalculates support using those earnings, adds reimbursement tied to Medicaid, and suddenly the payment jumps from $500 to $500, $680 per month. That is a massive increase. This shows why honesty matters in support hearings. Once income is proven, numbers can change fast. The savings account he wanted to protect now becomes part of the discussion. One courtroom conversation just reshaped his monthly budget.
Medicaid, which comes out to about $450. Do you have access to private health insurance? Can someone at one of these private parties get you some health insurance for these children?
I can try.
Well, I would suggest that you do, because I think that you can find health insurance a lot cheaper than $450, okay? So $450 plus your monthly child support obligation comes out to $1,680 a month.
No, I understand.
Okay, it's the right thing to do. So I would hope you do understand. You have 3 kids. You have to take care of them beyond backpacks and everything that we've already discussed. Mom needs some assistance too, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. Thank you. You're welcome.
So in the end, the judge's message was crystal clear. Children come before comfort, excuses, or hidden income. Gifts and occasional appearances don't replace consistent support, especially when 3 kids are involved. The father walked in defending $500 a month and walked out owing more than triple that amount. Some viewers will call it harsh, others will call it overdue. What's your verdict on this ruling? If this case shocked you, drop your thoughts below, like the video, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez, You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Okay, Your Honor. I'm want to sue her for child support because, you know, my kids are always with me, and she's always at work. You know, she's always working for the hospital. You know, yeah, we said back then that we could do this together as one. I went so much as far as swapping complete schedules. I started doing overnight shift now, just so I can be there for my kids and everything. And she was supposed to be working for mornings, which she was, but she volunteered work. She's just never home. I don't know where she is. She doesn't call us. She doesn't call our kids. My kids are always wondering where she's at. And you know, I myself, sure, she can do what she wants as long as she lets me know where she is for her own safety. But my kids always wonder where she's at. They always for days at a time. She's never home, and we broke it off several weeks ago, and only with my income alone, I can't really just do it with just me and my kids, especially that one has autism. I've always got to take her to the doctor and whatnot. And for these past 3 weeks, I have not seen or heard from her, even as so much as trying to help out with the kids or anything like that. So I can't get it.
All right, guys, buckle up, because this case starts with a father who says he changed his entire life just to be there for his kids while the mother allegedly disappeared for weeks at a time. 2 children are involved, one with autism, and the pressure inside this household was already building. But what makes this case explosive is not just the money dispute, it is the attitude that comes later. You have a dad working overnight shifts, handling parenting duties alone, and now standing in court asking for help. Meanwhile, the mother arrives with a completely different view of responsibility. Was this a father stepping up when no one else would, or is there more to the story? Stay close, because the judge is about to uncover everything.
I mean, I'm not sure where he's getting this intel from, but that's
Obviously
not
the
true.
kids.
I mean,
are you saying your kids are liars?
I mean, they could be. I mean, I'm not sure.
You're not sure because you're not around that much?
I am around. I just have to work all the time. I mean, it's not my fault that, you know, saving lives isn't important to him.
No, I believe it is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying that you're not contributing anything.
I mean, I am sometimes, and
you feed them? You'd agree with me that that's your responsibility, right?
She brings them fast food and leaves again.
Okay, but it's food though.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
I mean, the tablet works just fine. They can just eat and watch the tablet. Like, why is that a problem?
Because.
So you want to raise a child off of a tablet? You think that's
I mean,
okay?
they have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. Like, I need to go to sleep at some point in time.
Interesting.
Me, personally, myself, I sit there with my kids.
This is where the courtroom energy changes fast. The father claims the children are the ones finding needles and signs of drug use around the house. Instead of directly denying the concern, the mother questions whether the kids are telling the truth. That kind of response can damage credibility immediately. Then it gets worse when she admits she brings food, drops it off, and leaves them with tablets. Judges often look beyond money and ask who is actually parenting day to day. Providing fast food is one thing, but being emotionally present is another. In your eyes, is showing up with food enough, or does parenting require far more than that?
It doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. I mean, that's why I went to overnight, because I want to spend time with my kids. I went to overnight.
His shift to
As
spend
he
more
should,
time
he's
with
a
the
dad.
kids. As you should, you're a mom. The audacity.
I mean, but I have a more important job.
I mean, how many times are you gonna say that? I mean, you have the audacity to say that he's a dad and he should do these things, but you're the mom and not doing these things. He changed his shift, why can't you?
Because it's inconvenient to me.
I've actually heard a couple times to where she says, I gave birth to him, it's your job to take care of him.
You believe that?
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. To financially support these children, and I'm going to make sure of it today. And you may want to look into trying to do a shift change yourself so you can spend some time with the kids. I mean, obviously, I can't court order you or force you to spend time with them, but you should want to spend time with the kids. And I mean, considering that one of them has autism, you should want to spend more time with your kids.
I mean, I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him because he's better suited for that.
Right, yeah, no. I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left.
Now the judge zeroes in on accountability. The father explains he switched to overnight work just to spend more time raising the kids. That is, sacrifice. And courts notice sacrifice. But when the mother says caring for a child with autism is too much work, the whole room shifts. Statements like that can hit hard because they suggest burden over responsibility. The judge immediately sees one parent prioritizing convenience over commitment. Notice the contrast here. One parent loses sleep to make it work, while the other says it is too hard. If you were the judge, how much would that statement matter in your final decision?
All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of given.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with him?
I mean, he has an obligation to give me support.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids. He should not be paying you anything if the kids are with him majority of the time. If they're living with him, if he is the primary parent, he is tasked with the daily duties of caring for these kids. He shouldn't pay you anything, ma'am. And it is ridiculous that you believe that he should. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're going to do. How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000. All right, health insurance.
That's about I just have the individual. He has a family one under his plan, so I just pay $80 every 2 weeks.
Okay, health insurance. Is it private health insurance? Is the children under Medicaid? What are we doing?
It's Medicaid.
Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay that back to Medicaid, just FYI, unless you want to put them on private health insurance, which I don't see why you would have a problem with it. You're a nurse. You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
So why did you just get an individual plan when you have a family? That was a question.
Because it's his job to take care of them, and I shouldn't have to spend money.
You know what? Don't say that again about what his responsibilities are and what his job is.
This may be the most shocking moment yet. Not only had she given no support after leaving, she was reportedly asking him for money while the children were living primarily with him. Legally, that argument collapses very quickly. Child support usually follows custody realities, meaning who has the children most, who pays daily expenses, and who carries the real load. Then she says it is his job to take care of them, and the judge instantly shuts that down. Why? Because courts do not see parenting as one person's burden. They see shared responsibility. Some cases are about numbers, but this one is about mindset.
Is because you're a mom, period.
I mean, but I didn't sign up for it.
Countless times I've told her, yes, it is my job to take care of our children.
And you're
as a
doing
dad.
that.
And I'm doing well beyond.
She's not disputing that you're doing that.
Yes. And I feel
But
like
you're not doing your part.
I feel like I'm always not doing enough for my kids.
I mean, but
and
you
only
also
because I don't
forced
have
me
my
to have
other
the
half.
kids. Like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Because
you don't want to have your kids?
I mean, like, when I was pregnant, I told him I didn't want them because I wanted to go party. And, like, he was just like, no, we got this. And, like, how is it my fault? He wanted them. I didn't want them. So.
But you kept them.
No, we've talked about having kids and we've wanted kids.
I know, but
once
like
she
when
got
we were
pregnant,
older,
once she got
not
pregnant
right now.
and she knew she couldn't do what she needed anymore, or really what she wanted, it inconvenience to our lives.
I mean, but you know
this
what, I
child
like to
support
party.
payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well, because you're going to pay child support. Whether you wanted them or not is beside the point. You had them, they are here, they are your responsibility just as much as they are his responsibility. So $60,000 a year. I have your gross set at $5,000. Your net is $4,101.87. Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You don't want to look into it?
Not really.
We work for the same company. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. So this is what we'll do. You just go ahead and pay that, and you can roll your eyes all you want to. I can roll my eyes.
And here comes the turning point that likely sealed everything. She admits she told him she did not want the children because she wanted to party. In family court, honesty matters, but careless honesty can be devastating. The judge does not debate emotions or excuses. She focuses on facts. The children are here. They need support, and both parents are financially responsible whether they wanted the role or not. Then the calculator comes out. Income is reviewed, Medicaid reimbursement is added, and the support amount rises quickly. This is where many people learn the hard way that court does not bill you based on excuses. It bills you based on obligations.
We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025 plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also requested for you to pay back pay for that month in a week that you left and haven't given the children anything. I'm going to grant his request. So you have arrearages in the amount of $1,475. The obligation, including the back pay, is $1,500. You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I going to be left with to party with? Like, what am I going to do?
I don't know, maybe pick up some extra shifts or work a part-time job.
Or take care of your kids.
Don't, you know, if she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure he gets some financial assistance.
I mean, but he makes enough money.
And I mean, you make enough money too. So again, do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay. You have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay.
So in the end, the ruling was clear. $1,500 per month, including back pay. The judge looked at income, parenting time, missed support, and most importantly, who was carrying the real load at home. This case was never just about money. It was about maturity, sacrifice, and what happens when one parent treats responsibility like an option. The father asked for help, and the court responded with numbers that changed everything. What do you think? Was the judge fair, too harsh, or exactly right? Drop your thoughts below, and if you enjoy real courtroom drama with real lessons, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.
Mr. Carter, it looks like you brought this case, so what's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I am a manager at an urban clothing store, and I only make $35,000 a year, and I'm paying child support. Toward my ex-wife here, she is a dental assistant, and also she's making a little over 200 grand a year. And I just need a little help because she's not doing child support at all, and it's a struggle for me right now. I'm a retired U.S. veteran, and it's just a struggle with my two boys.
Okay. Ma'am?
All right, guys, this case starts with a father who says he's drowning financially while raising 2 boys on just $35,000 a year. Meanwhile, he claims their mother earns 6 figures, travels often, and pays nothing in child support. At first glance, this sounds impossible because most people expect the higher earner to be contributing already. But once the judge starts asking questions, the story takes a sharp turn. This isn't just about money, it's about fairness, parenting time, and what life looks like in 2 completely different households. Stay with this one because the final ruling changes everything.
Yes. Well,
why do you agree with everything that he's saying?
no, I do not.
Okay, so what is
If
going
he
on?
stayed at the casinos, he probably would have more money than he does.
That's not true, Your Honor. I'm always home with my boys when I'm not working.
Okay, who is paying child support in this case?
And I have custody of my boys.
He's paying child support. It looks like you guys split custody. So it says Sunday through 1 week with one parent, and then Sunday.
Well,
through
here's the
next
thing,
week.
Your Honor. A little
Lies.
over 7 weeks straight. She
Ma'am,
has not seen her
ma'am,
kids in
ma'am,
7 weeks.
Sir, when I address her, you stop talking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you see this man right here? He will make sure that you are escorted out of this courtroom. We do not need any more loud outbursts. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Thank you. Now you may continue, sir.
She goes on vacation. She's out of town all the time. I've had my boys for 7 weeks straight. She hasn't seen her boys in 7 weeks.
7 weeks straight. Wait a minute, you guys.
The moment the judge hears the children have been living with dad for 7 straight weeks, the energy in the room changes instantly. Why? Because custody on paper and custody in real life are 2 different things. If one parent is carrying the daily burden, food, clothing, transport, routines, that matters financially. The judge immediately recognizes increased expenses and starts digging deeper. This is where many family court cases shift, not from accusations, but from facts. If one parent has the kids more often than agreed, should support be recalculated? Most viewers would probably say yes.
And based on the paperwork that you provided from your employer, it says here you make about $125,000 as, what is it, where is it that you're working?
I work for a dental firm.
Okay.
And we make a lot of different castings and models for false teeth and implants. However, Your Honor, when I've been out, it's because I've been doing training.
Okay, that's great.
So
No one is disputing whether or not you're doing training, but according to the documents that you provided, you make about $125,000 at your main job, and then an additional $25,000, about $150,000 a year. This man only makes $35,000, and you think he should still be paying child support and he has the children more than you? Is that what you're asking me to do?
I'm just letting you know that.
I don't need to know what you're letting me know. I need for you to answer my question. Is that what you're asking me to do? Allow this man to keep paying child support and you're making
Now comes the bombshell. The mother's own paperwork shows roughly $150,000 a year, while the father earns just $35,000. That kind of income gap is impossible for a judge to ignore. Notice how the judge cuts through excuses and goes straight to the core issue. Should the lower income parent still be paying when the higher income parent earns over 4 times more? This is where legal logic overrides emotion. Family court is supposed to protect children's quality of life, not reward whichever parent argues louder. Who do you think had the stronger case of this?
But with the earning differences, $35,000 a year, $150,000 a year. Sir, what type of things are you able to afford to do with your boys? And taking into account your bills and everything like that?
After bills and everything is taken care of, after my boys are fed, luckily give them some clothes that they need to go outside and play at the park. Maybe Six Flags every now and again.
Okay, ma'am, what are some of the things that you're able to do with the boys?
As much as I can when he allows them to come over.
You know what? See, you're playing games. Let me ask you the question. What has she done with the boys?
She takes them to Paris. They go overseas.
Paris?
They've been on this. Every time she gets them, they're going somewhere special and fancy and whoa.
Well, I mean, it would make sense if you were making $150,000
And she just
a
lucked
year,
up
right?
on the job, Your Honor. So just to be
And this
quite
is
honest.
considering he's living in my $350,000 house that he doesn't pay any type of mortgage at all whatsoever.
You have a $350,000, ma'am.
He lives in the $350,000.
He lives in it, but you
house,
own it,
Your
right?
Honor.
You own it. You
And
have
he
all
doesn't
of
pay
this
any
money.
bills.
You have all of the, but the kids have been with him for 7 weeks, ma'am.
Because
at a
I
time.
was doing training so I can continue to send them to the private schools that they attend
Well,
and
On
have
a
the best
scholarship.
and the finest
On a
things.
scholarship.
This may be the most emotional moment in the hearing. Dad explains he can barely afford park trips and basic extras, while mom takes the children to Paris, cruises, and luxury experiences. The judge isn't criticizing success. She's highlighting contrast. Imagine being a child living in 2 totally different worlds depending on whose house you're at. That emotional imbalance can matter just as much as the financial one. Then mom mentions he lives in her expensive house, trying to shift the narrative. But the judge stays focused. What matters most is the children, not personal score settling between exes.
Great, but you know what? That's why you come to court, so I can resolve these issues, right? So let me tell you what we're about to do. $150,000 a year. I have your gross at $12,500. How many children do you have, ma'am?
2.
2, okay. Net at $9,000. Okay, based on 20.63%. Okay. And then
I
you
do
make,
take care of my sister's 3 children as well.
When did this start?
Wait.
6 months ago.
Whose children are these?
Our sons belong to him and I, but I have 3.
Okay.
I'm just saying
Well, let
this,
me let you know how this goes, okay? Anybody else's kids are not a part of this case. Understood? So you have 2 children that are involved in this case we're here about, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is offset the child support based on the amount of money that you make. You understand that? Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Because you're giving me this look like you're confused on what's going on here. Okay, so based on this, I did an offset of what you would make. And
Once the judge runs the numbers, the debate is over. She calculates an offset based on both incomes and announces a monthly obligation of $1,456 to be paid to Mr. Carter. That silence says everything. This is why documentation matters in court. Pay records, custody patterns, and verified facts can outweigh emotion every time. Some viewers may see this as shocking, but legally it follows a simple principle. Both parents must support the children proportionally. Would you have expected the final amount to be this high?
what your child support obligation should be a month. So your child support obligation comes out to $1,456 a month. That is to be paid each month on the first of each month. And those payments are going to be allocated to Mr. Carter. Ma'am, it's not fair to your children that at dad's house, they're not able to do as much as they are to do with you. And it's not to punish you for having a great job. That's awesome. However, when you think about what's in the best interest of these children, they can't go to Disneyland and do all of that with dad. Did you ever stop to make it, ask your kids how they feel about that? It's not fair they get to do everything with you and not with dad. And he only makes $35,000 a year.
Your Honor, I understand, but when I was out getting education, he decided to run around and chase everything that had legs.
Okay, well, you know what? You know what? You guys need to be in a different court for that. That has nothing to do with me. Anything else pertaining to these children and the money's here? Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from you?
No,
okay,
Your Honor.
thank you. You are.
And then the judge delivers the deeper message. This wasn't about punishing a successful mother. It was about making sure the children can thrive in both homes. Courts often focus on the child's best interests, and in this case, that meant reducing the gap between households. The personal shots at the end about past relationships didn't move the judge at all. Facts did, numbers did, parenting reality did. So what do you think? Was this ruling fair or too harsh? If this case surprised you, drop your thoughts below, like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.
Okay, Miss Allen, you're back. It looks like you brought someone with you. What's going on?
King. So he's my nephew's father.
Okay.
And I need help, Mom's paying child support. I feel it's only fair that dad pays child support for, his child.
Okay. And you said for your nephew, if I remember correctly, there were 2 children, right?
Yes. He's just the father of the 4-year-old.
All right.
Yes.
All right. You said he was around. I
He
remember
does,
you saying
and
that.
he even dropped off some school supplies. He brought him a backpack, and he got him, the scissors and Crayolas and stuff, but, he didn't help with school clothes.
All right. Right. Have you ever asked him to help with school clothes or do anything more?
He knows school starts,
So that's a no.
That's a no.
Okay. How do you know he knows that?
All right, everyone, this case starts unusual right away. A woman comes to court not for herself, but asking child support for her nephew. She says the child's mother is already paying, but now the father should help too. At first it sounds simple, but then we learn the father had no warning and no real idea why he was there. No talk beforehand, no agreement, just straight to court. Now the tension is set, because when someone says they're a great parent, the courtroom usually asks for proof.
Some time apart, and, it's just getting old.
Okay.
My nephew deserves more.
So at this point, you are wanting to place him on child support?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I don't know have you talked to him before today? Because I don't know if he knew this, because he has this look on his face and shaking his head. You haven't discussed this with him?
We haven't.
Yeah,
we haven't.
Where is this coming from?
Not that you legally have to, you don't.
Well, okay.
But
That my sister's paying me child support for her 2 kids. I think it's only fair he paid child support for 1 kid. He had to have known this was coming. He knew that I had put my sister on child support.
Okay.
I knew that?
I think you did.
You think I did?
I think you did.
Okay.
All right. All right. So is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him? Because it seems like he has a lot to say.
Let's hear what he's got to say.
Okay. Sir,
Yes,
is your
ma'am.
last name King or your first name King?
First name's King.
First name is King. What's your last name?
Jackson.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, what's going on here?
You guys tell me. I don't know what's going on here.
You were unaware of the reason that you were coming to court today?
Yeah, I'm just here.
Okay, you got served with paperwork. Did you read it?
No.
So you just showed up without reading? You just came to court not knowing what was going on?
Well, I'm not going to miss court. So.
Well, I can appreciate that. Thank you. You're about the first person that is come in here and recognize that you should come to court when you are ordered to come to court. But you didn't read the paperwork, so you're not aware of anything.
This is where the pressure rises fast. The father admits he came to court without even reading the paperwork. That alone tells a story. Either he didn't take it seriously, or he never believed it would go this far. The aunt says he should have expected it because the child's mother was already paying support. Legally, when someone else is raising your child, support becomes a serious issue. Emotionally, though, he just walked into court completely unprepared, and now the judge is asking all the questions.
Then I'm inconsistent. I don't know where she's getting that from.
Well, how would you describe, you going and seeing your son and everything like that?
Oh, I'm an amazing father, but of course, when you get in court, it's something totally different. So. Yeah.
What do you mean by amazing father? Like, explain that to me.
How often do you come and pick up your son?
Excuse me, Miss Allen?
I'm sorry. My apologies.
And I know you know better. You've been here before.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Don't be sorry.
Thank you, Judge.
Just don't do it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Now,
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Jackson.
Yes.
You're welcome. Continue.
Being an amazing father, I go pick up my kids whenever I have the opportunity to. I do work at a bank here as a financial advisor.
All right.
So my schedule is not, it doesn't permit me to go pick them up like I would like to. But through our text message and everything like that, I'm able to communicate with her and go pick them up. As she said before, it drops.
Wait a minute, just so I'm clear. So she has custody of both of her sister's kids. Mm-hmm. Are you taking both of the kids? Or you?
No, just mine.
You just taking your son?
Yes.
Okay, because you said kids, so I didn't know if this was this child or you had outside children.
No, well, just this one.
Okay, okay, I got you, I follow you.
Yeah.
And
so,
that matters because if you're going to be put on child support, you will get credit for any of the children that you have. You said you work at a bank, how much money do you make?
say about $60K a year.
Okay, all right. So you pick up your son, you take him places, you do things with him?
Yes.
Do you buy him clothes and everything like that for your home?
Of course.
Okay. As far as Aunt's home, though, Miss Allen's home, you don't?
I can't speak for her household.
Okay.
I can only speak for my household and when I have them. So,
all right.
Other than that, yeah.
Now we get the image battle. He proudly calls himself an amazing father, saying he picks up his son, buys school supplies, takes him out, and stays involved whenever work allows. On the surface, that sounds good. But family court doesn't only look at words or occasional help. It looks at consistency, structure, and financial support too. Being present matters, but helping provide matters just as much. This is where many parents get surprised, because love may sound powerful, but the court also looks at responsibility.
Electricity bill and everything like that.
Correct.
Do you think that child support should be determined or spent on those expenses?
No, child support is for the child. Me paying your bills, you have another child there, you probably have other dudes there, that's not my responsibility. So
do you think she was asking you to pay those bills?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she needed help.
Miss Allen, were you asking him to pay those bills, or what
No,
exactly
Judge,
was?
I want him to just get the knowledge that, you know, your child lives in a household. Mm-hmm. You are not contributing to your child, so that your child is taken care of.
Okay.
You know, so that when school comes, there's school clothes and there, you know, there's backpacks and new shoes and you know.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think I understand where both of you are coming from. You know, it's just ironic that, not that you have to have an agreement outside of court, right? That's not a requirement or anything like that. But considering that you all seem to have somewhat of a decent relationship, I just would think this would be.
Now emotions start spilling out. The aunt talks about electricity, water, gas, food, clothes, and the daily cost of raising a child in her home. The father fires back and says they only want money. This is one of the biggest arguments in family court. One side sees real expenses, while the other side sees unfair demands. But the judge cuts through the noise. Child support is not about punishment or random bills. It is about making sure the child's needs are being helped with in the home where that child lives.
Mr. Jackson, this is what we are going to do. We are going to place you on child support today. I mean, at the end of the day, the law is the law. You do have a responsibility to financially support your child, any children that you may have. Your child is living with his aunt. she should receive some sort of financial support in caring for your son, just like the mother does. All right? You understand what I'm saying? So it's not to punish you or anything like that, but
$100 in a year, that's not much.
Well, she did ask for back child support too, so that's the reason that I asked what it was that you had paid her.
You can take $500 off. Fine.
$500 off the back pay?
Yeah.
Okay, now you do understand that back pay starts from the day that you filed, right? She hasn't filed, you know, it's been fairly recent since she filed. So taking $500 off, that'll probably put you around $2,000 in back pay. And you can pay that back at $100 a month, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. I can give you $200 credit for health insurance. Now, if your health insurance ends up being more than that, I can't just say, okay, I'll give you credit for $300 or even more than that without seeing what the actual health insurance premium is going to look like for your son only. So I give you credit for $200, okay?
Okay.
All right, so if I do that with your gross, that brings your gross to $4,800, which means your net is $3,979.47. And you said you have one child, correct?
This is the moment feelings meet facts. The judge explains clearly that financial support is a legal duty, then starts calculating based on income. He says he earns around $60,000 a year. She gives possible credit for health insurance, adjusts the numbers, applies the formula, and adds back pay. Then the final number lands, $896 every month. His instant reaction says everything. That's ridiculous. But many people only call support ridiculous when the numbers become official and unavoidable.
Do you all, I mean,
And
it's
my
based on
nephew's
a
gonna
number.
thank you too. My nephew thanks you too.
Okay,
And he'll
that's
thank
great.
you too.
No, your bills, thank you. That's what it is.
Okay, the two of you
Whatever.
hush, thanks. All right, so, as I stated, it's not a punishment or anything like that. It is strictly based on what your income is. Now, if you guys can work together and you decide you want to do something different, you get an agreement or something like that, I would happily entertain that. But until then, all right, do you have any questions, Mr. Jackson?
I bet he don't. my apologies.
Money hungry, like I said. No, I'm good. I mean, I got other priorities right now, so.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for showing up for court, at
Most
least.
definitely.
Other
Thank you.
priorities than his son.
Miss
Other
Allen,
priorities
your
other than
only
his son.
That's not your
priority,
business.
you have two priorities.
In the end, the judge made one thing clear. This case was never about revenge or hurt feelings. It was about responsibility. The aunt wanted help, the father felt attacked, but the court focused on the child. Once the income was clear, the order was made. He walked away frustrated, she walked away feeling heard, and hopefully the child benefits most from it all. Cases like this remind everyone that when private talks fail, the courtroom turns emotion into numbers. If this ruling shocked you, drop your thoughts below and subscribe for more courtroom drama.